Alright, so to analyze the game. So in the last video I lost my first game, so it was a very bad game. It's a very bad start. So hopefully in this video we will get a good start. Try to analyze seriously. C4, English opening. Yeah, I play white pieces. Knight f6, knight c3, e6, e4. Nothing special. e4, maybe try to control d5 square, but he can still play d5. Yeah, not good for black. But take. Probably just play, yeah, e5. Looks very annoying. Knight e5. Or just play that. Knight f6. Yeah, I mean e5 pawn is very annoying. But anyway, he didn't play d5. Just play bishop e4. So here I missed e5. Here I missed e5. e5 is very strong, very annoying move because he's no square for his knight. Not if he plays knight g8, maybe just play queen to g4. Yeah, when your opponent develops his bishop and we get this structure, it's always queen g4 looks very strong. So he's no good way to defend. Of course, bishop f8 is really looks very bad. So king f8, yes, looks very ugly. g6 also some weakness here. Probably I can use my dark square bishop later. e5, that's a move I should consider, but I just missed that. So obviously you want to take my knight, I will get double pawns. So I play knight g2. Here he played, so he just castle. Yeah, in English opening, I don't know English opening very well, but I really want to get a position like this. d3, g3, h3, bishop g2, castle, play bishop e3, queen d2, king h2, and f4. I really want to get this structure, so I just play g3. Yeah, but I don't know if it's good, but d5 here looks very strong. I haven't developed, so he just tried to open the center. d5 looks very strong because if I take, and he played bishop g4. Yeah, already looks very annoying because he wants to play rook e8, this pin and this pin, and he can trade when he wants. And also h3, bishop f3 looks very bad. and this pawn he can also take. So in game I play bishop g2, just try to avoid the bishop f3. And here he takes, maybe rook e8. Just keep the pressure. Try to keep pressure. Just play rook e8, just develop a rook. But my opponent just takes take with d pawn, obviously, because I just try to protect this pawn. Now I up a pawn, but the position is still not ideal. I can play rook e8. Yeah, he played rook e8. Here I play f3. I don't think it's, yeah, that's a bad move, I think. Computer recommends bishop e3. Yeah, bishop e3 looks much better. Keep this diagonal, protect pawn, there's no spin, and there's no f pawn threat. So bishop f3, develop a bishop, and yeah, bishop e3 is much better in this position. I just completely missed that. And f3, it's okay. f3, bishop h5, and here I castle. This pawn is attacked, but if I play something like c4, if I play c4, I think you can play queen e7, right? Yes, queen e7 looks very bad. Now I can never castle. And also king f2, he just got check, right? Yeah, queen c5 check, and the structure gets broken. f3 is a little bit too. So c4 is not a good move here. So here I just castle. I don't care about this pawn, so he just take. And in this position I lost my plans. I haven't any plans here. So engine recommends knight f4. Knight f4. Try to trade this knight, maybe. Yeah, also because I can't move my queen. I can't move my queen because my knight is attacked by his rook. Try to move knights. In the game I play knight d4. Maybe I should play knight f4. Because if you take, obviously I have to take back with the bishop. Yeah, so knight f4. I trade his bishop. But anyway, I just played knight e4. Here you play knight c6. Here I don't think it's good move. I just take. He's got these double pawns and play queen a4. Try to attack. Although he has queen f6. Here I just play bishop d2, queen f6. When your opponent has no threat, just develop. That's the rule. Just develop my last piece. So bishop d2, probably rook e1. He plays rook ab8. Very logical move. And here I made a very bad move. Again, just play rook ab1. Just give him a tempo. Say rook bishop g6. Yeah, let's lose the tempo. So I have to play. But fortunately, very lucky I've got rook AE1. Because rook AE1, he can't take this pawn. And if he trade, take, just get checkmate. So this move is very lucky. So he can't take my pawn. So he played, yeah, rook d8, rook e8, and here that's a very obvious move. Bishop c1, just protect everything. And I've already developed my rook, so bishop c1 is a very obvious move, very good move. But I totally missed that. I played what did I play? Yeah, queen takes a7. That's such a bad. That looks very stupid because a pawn and a pawn. So rook b2, rook takes b2 is much stronger than queen takes a7. Queen takes a7, that makes no sense. But rook b2, that's very strong. Can play double rook, or is threat this, lots of threat. So now I play bishop c1. It's kind of too late. So rook c2. Again here, I think I was just down time. With time pressure, so I just make some random moves. It's blunder everywhere. Yeah. Just no moves. I lost plans. And then I just blunder everywhere. Okay. So the first game I totally lost. It's a very bad start. Very bad start. Just missed everything. But I have to say, this opening, yeah, take. Yeah, I think first mistake is f3. F3 is that's my first mistake. That's a very obvious move. Bishop e3. Just play bishop e3. In the standard position of English opening, this bishop should be developed on e3 and e2. But here it's completely missed by bishop e3. Bishop e3, develop bishop out of pin, and also keep diagonal, protect this pawn, and then cast h. So there's no problems. And then play h3, h2, f4, looks very strong. That's my first mistake. Bishop e3. So f3, okay. Castle, take here, yeah. Not up here, take, okay. We have 6, bishop d2, b8. Here I think it just rook e1 immediately. Then bishop c1, and give him a tempo. So rook e1, rook d8, and here again I just missed my second mistake in this game. I just completely missed this obvious move, bishop c1. Just keep this pawn, keep these pawns. no rook b2, no rook b2, and I still threat this pawn. The position I think is just good for black, good for white, just good for white. And here, just I give bishop rook b2. That's just a mistake. Totally mistake is a bit. And then it's just I have nothing. I can't do nothing. I can't do anything. Or take. Yeah, then just block. I mean, the first game I just plowed off with a careless, very careless. Alright, so I don't want to say more about my first game. Let's start my second game. My first game, 6, so I play e4. So here my opponent playing knight c6. So just try to get the position which I want. g6, try to develop bishop on g2. So e5. That's a very weird move. Actually, you should play, yeah, engineering man's d5. I mean, when you play against this structure, always consider d5. Because if we take, oh, d4. If he takes d5, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, take, that take. Yeah, I mean, it's got this isolated pawn. So when you play against the English, maybe just try to trade these two pawns. And then he's got this bad pawn. So if you play white pieces, here maybe just play d4. Just try to play d4. So if he takes, maybe just bishop b3 first. Yeah, so here white should play d5. Actually, really, when you play against this structure, e6, d5, and you got this, you will get this isolated pawn. But anyway, my opponent played e5. I'm very, very happy to see that this move. That's exactly what I want. So no d5 break. So I just developed bishop g2, bishop c5, knight g2, very standard. So a5, I don't know what's a5. Why? I don't know why he played a5. So I just play e3, h3, castle, d3, bishop. So here maybe just play bishop g5. Yeah, against this, because this here is a bishop, so maybe try to play bishop. For example, like castle, bishop g5, and then knight d5 will be a very, very strong threat. So anyway, h3, so d6, h3 just prevents bishop g4 or knight g4. So h3. So this castle, bishop b6, very normal, to attack a c4 pawn, split d3, queen d7, obviously want to take this pawn, so king h2. So here h6, again I don't really understand this move, so I just play normally. So usually this bishop should be placed on this square, but here he has a bishop on c5. So if you play bishop e3, maybe he will trade, right? Yeah, my then he ignored bishop take, there's nothing. So here you don't need to, maybe you don't need to develop immediately, just play f4. And your f4 is very strong in this position. Nope. So f4. So his white has this threat because this bishop is trapped. f5 trap his bishop. And of course you can't take. If you take, just knight take. Oh, g takes. Oh, okay, g takes. G takes is much stronger. Okay, g takes. Yeah, probably g takes. Queen e7. d4. Ah, yeah, d4, d5. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So all the pieces are in the center. So if you take, you just lose the control of this square. If you take with a tempo, so he has to deal with this problem. But actually just went this one. So d4, d5. Yeah, so g takes, have this tempo and play d4, d5. Yes, that's just win a piece. Indeed. So you can't take, you should always control this square. When you have developed all these pieces. So anyway, so f4 here I'm very happy about my position. I think it's just excellent position here. So my pawn play, yeah, queen 7. So here, I don't know, here I just made random moves because I just want to wait when he castle. I don't know which way he will castle, so just play a3. So just wait a move. But any arguments, yeah, there's nothing for maybe f5 or 5 will take. But I really want to keep this pressure. So I just play a3. So it's still okay. So knight e4. Yeah, here knight e4, he just cut his bishop. So I have time to develop my bishop on e3. So here he has no knight c2. I can see there's knight c2, but it doesn't work because if you play knight c2, maybe just take bishop. Yeah, take a rook and just go back f2 or e3 or f2 or g1. e3, f2, g1, and his knight is trapped. So just two light pieces for rook. So that doesn't work. So it's not knight c2. So just play bishop e3. So you take with the queen, take, very normal. I'm still very happy about my position here. So now he castled. So now I've got f5 or f takes e5. I don't understand. F takes e5, take. I got this bad pawn. Oh, knight e5? Knight e5 for example. Ah, yeah, no, knight e5. Actually, if he takes, maybe take with this pawn, right? Yeah, take this pawn, maybe I got bishop e4. Yeah, that looks, and also attack this pawn. For example here, maybe rook a, yeah, rook a, f3, f6, sorry, f6, d4. Yeah, This position looks good, looks very good for whites. So if bishop takes, also e takes pawn, e takes d5, give bishop b square, attack this pawn. Maybe he'll play here. Rook f2, yeah, this open f5. Yeah, I probably have to take. This pawn is a little bit weak, but I can play knight d5 with a tempo. So here is no take. So I've got knight d and take. This pawn is no longer weak, but have to calculate. That's we should play precisely. Okay, so I just play f5. Yeah, in the next time I'll consider f takes e5, so take and have knight d5, and I have this open file. Maybe take with e pawn, give bishops b square, use this diagonal, and then just double rook. Looks very active. Yeah, f takes e5. So anyway, I just play f5. So bishop d7. Now my idea is to push the pawn. c6. I'm thinking. And here I don't know how to continue my attack. So bishop f3. Rook g1. a4. So a4 I will never consider a4. I want to play maybe more quick and more quicker. I want to play quicker. So bishop f3, maybe rook g1, and then maybe bishop f3. Just protect this pawn and then play h4 g5. Yeah, that's a way to continue attack. Because now if I play h4 is a huge blunder. So just try to make a move. Bishop f3, and also got this rook g1. Give rook this open file. Yeah, bishop f3, rook g1. That's the idea to continue the kingside attack. Protect the pawn for g5. Maybe double rook on g5. Now that looks very strong. But I don't know. I just don't know how to continue the attack. Knight h7. So here d4 or just double rook, and f6 I don't think is a good move, because just play h4 and his knight is just completely out of game. Very happy about it. This is a cut to queen. So rook c8, looks f c8. Knight e2, yeah, knight e2 I think is bad. So knight e2, b5, knight g3, my idea is put my knight on h5. Take. Here is the blunder, I think. Here is his blunder. d5, just to lose the pawn. Bishop d5, one f2. So here is just missed this tactic. Completely missed this tactic. Yeah, why I missed this tactic? It's very, I think it's a simple tactic. Attack the rook, the queen defend. So d6, just cut the queen. If king take, just knight e4. Knight e4 fork. Actually, that's a very Very simple tactic, but how can I miss that? Maybe under time pressure? Yeah, that's a tactic you should always consider. Attack a piece, but this piece is defended by another piece. Try to cut defense, and then if you take, maybe I have some idea. 94. Very pity. Otherwise, just win on the spot. Okay, so d2, but the position is also still very good here. So d8, 2, c4, h3. Please don't run the moves because it is under time pressure. Try to trade the bishop, then just push. e7. Okay, fine. So here, yeah. What did I think about? Well, I just missed this one. Yeah, that happens. That happens. He can blunder his rook, and I can give a counter blunder. Okay. Anyway, that happens, especially in this game. Yeah. How can I say? So the double rook c6, knight e4, knight f8, check. So it's very normal. I think again it's just blunder. I don't know why I just play so bad. Just play so bad. That's very simple tactic. Although I calculate, but I just miscalculate. If I take, go d7, knight take, rook take, but the position is better for black. I mean, I don't know how a computer evaluated this position, because normally two rooks are a little bit better than queen, but it depends. When your king is not safe, sometimes, for example, here it's a little bit exposed. Get some threats. It gets a check. So this position engine prefers black. I think it is because the king is not safe. So it's a potential check. Anyway, and also we have no time. Check. And here I think we just blunder this pawn. So I think the position is draw. But again, I just play so bad. So king d3 is a draw. King d3 is a draw. Check. For example, d4, check. d3, check. d4, maybe check here. Rook d3, check. Rook f3, check. d5. Wow, king d5. Yeah, maybe take. c4. Yeah, now the position is just better for white. Yeah, that's just really hard. Try to understand what should try to understand. So in this endgame, 2 rooks against queen. Should always try to connect these 2 rooks, avoid the fork, and then just try to bring your king to the place which has no check. So here is losing one, of course. Just check here. I mean, here just check here, like what I played. Looking for just game over. So should play king d3. Yeah, there are no good ways to check. Check, go back. Check, go back. Well, that needs some long calculation. That needs some calculation. So, yeah, shouldn't have enough time to calculate all these lines. That's very complicated position. So anyway, in this game, I shouldn't lose this game. I had a very good position and lots of winning chance. And especially this, that happens. And also here, not this position. Yeah, this position. When you attack a piece, try to cut the defense. Try to cut defense. Yeah, looks very nice. That's a nice position. And here, another idea to continue attack. No, not this one. Just play bishop f3 with g1. Protect the pawn, push the pawn, push the pawn, push. Yeah. So that is what I learned from this analysis. And also, when you have no time, sometimes just blunder like that. And this, it happens. So that's not a problem in the classical game. I mean, in the classical games, when we have time, so that happens really well. So in this game, when we analyze, we should learn the ideas, the positional ideas. The positional ideas we can use in the classical games, in the competition, for example. That's what we can use. And this problem, that's not a huge problem in classical game, because when we have time, we can avoid this mistake. So that's not a problem. So idea, just try to understand the position, get some positional ideas. That's more important. So, alright, let's start our third game.